I may as well go straight into the next part of this video. I'm going to be covering Lobo's special moves, and yeah, try and keep up. I might be going quite quickly, but yeah, you can always watch the video back. Yeah, so special move wise, he has his shotgun blast. Now this has, I don't treat it as a projectile, mainly because Lobo is a screen control character, because anywhere from here all the way to the max distance of his low whip is where you want to be. Anywhere outside of that, and Lobo can't do anything other than do trait and give himself a nuclear shot. Other than that, he can't do anything at all. The opponent can just run away from him and try and throw things at him. So that's why he has an amazing forward dash. It covers loads of ground, is a really quick dash, and in some cases actually goes under projectiles if you time it correctly. So it's all about getting the space you want, catching them in a low whip, and then, you know, when you hit them in a low whip, that puts you in a situation where you actually want to be in, because that's where Lobo can cause damage. You can do the regular whip, but that sends them full screen. I would not suggest actually doing that, purely because full screen, again, it's not where Lobo wants to be. So yeah, you want to get this area of the screen here closer, and then just try and keep that, just try and control that area of the screen for yourself. Yeah, shotgun wise, he can go high, he can go low, and he can go mid. So basically, the mid shot, you can't duck it, but the price of that is it does 2% less damage. But it's not loads, but it only does 2. It does 5 as opposed to sorry, it does 7 as opposed to 9. So you know, even the EX version that will do 15, and the high version will do 17. It's really nice to do on block his shotgun, like when you're up close, you're trying to go for a mix-up right up close, and you go for a string, you want to go for a low. You know, don't go for the low chain, because on block you're actually full combo punishable. If you're going to go for a low up close, you may as well go for a low shotgun blast, because that is much safer to do and a better option, because you can do the EX version, which, you know, pushes back to a completely unpunishable distance. And again, the pushback will actually put you at a nice range for your standing 3. Yeah, also, the thing about shotgun is it covers the screen, and it has a really nice vertical hitbox on it. If someone's trying to jump from that, they'll generally get hit, especially the EX version. It has an amazing hitbox on it for the ground that it actually does cover, and it's fantastic in the corner. You push someone in the corner, and you're trying to keep someone in the corner, your shotgun's your best bet, because it has such an amazing vertical hitbox. They can't jump out, they can't crouch. It's all about, you know, you can just keep someone there. You know, you can just keep them there, because you know, they can always jump, but the standing 3 will catch them. And in most cases, the shotgun will combo off from that. So it's all about them guessing right, and you have quite a lot of options to try and keep them there. So yeah, that was the shotgun I've covered. His low and high whip, as I said, really good range, a really nice way to keep the opponent in check. If the opponent thinks you're going to do it, you've got to be careful, because they can jump on prediction. In some cases, I think some characters can actually jump on reaction to it, so you want to be very careful with when you do it. Some characters like Wonder Woman can actually jump in an air dash and actually hit you. It's happened before. So yeah, generally it's it's a really good move anyway. Don't do it because the opponent can jump, because that's what his really good anti-airs are for. If someone's going to jump, if you keep hitting someone with whips and they try and catch on that you're going to keep going for low whips, if they jump, like now for example, thinking you're going to go for it again, that's what your down medium is for, and your standing 3. So it's about conditioning the opponent to stop doing things so that you get given more options. From the low whip, the opponent can actually backdash your command grab from here. Full combo whip punishing you for doing so. However, Lobo is really good at stopping someone from backdashing, because if you catch someone in his low whip, you can actually go back to back into a second low whip as they backdash. You can't see it here because I can't demonstrate it. But if the opponent backdashes, you can catch them in a low whip. My video demonstrated it. If the opponent backdashes, you can catch them in that, which will connect from the backdash and hit them, putting them straight into the situation. So let's say you chase down someone's backdash for the second time, that's when you want to go for your grab, because, you know, unless they haven't got any brain cells, they're not going to backdash after you've hit them with it 2 or 3 times in a row. So yeah, on top of that, as I said, you don't really want to go for that whip. It does cover ground, so you can go for it to try and control that area of the screen. But other than that, if you're going to combo from it, you want to go for the low whip instead, because it puts Lobo at a situation where he wants to be, and he'll send them full screen if you do the medium version. His command grab. Now, this is quite a tricky one. I get a lot of requests from people saying, how do you reliably do the back 3? Because I'm recording, I'm probably going to drop it every time, but we'll have a go anyway. You don't want to mash back 3, because it's really unreliable. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. So if you're mashing back 3 like I was just doing there, Generally, it may or may not work. But you don't want it to be inconsistent if you're going to try and... If you're in a high-level match, you don't want an inconsistent way of doing it. So this is how I do it. You wait for Lobo to... right before he finishes standing up is when you want to go for back 3. This is when I do it. Like now. That was my mistake. Like now. I just pushed the button there. I didn't mash it. You want to do it right as he stands up. Right before he finishes his standing up animation. You want to either push the back 3 then, or if you want to just try and go for it, you can push A as fast as, push your heavy button as fast as possible. The second he finishes standing up, that's when you want to do it. Otherwise, it will just be inconsistent and you may or may not get it, and you don't want those kind of odds in a high-level match. So, other than that, hard knockdown is really good for your grab, because, yeah, you can catch them in hard knockdown. In this situation, the opponent has to wake up attack. If they do anything else, the grab will connect. So, from a whip, however, it's not as guaranteed, purely because this is slightly further away and it's easier for them to get away from the grab because they're further away. From a sweep, they're right in your face and they have to wake up attack. It works the same way as any other character in the game with grab. It's just, they'll get hit if they don't wake up attack, which is really nice because you can do it. You can just do a generic combo, chain it into EX grab, which I kind of screwed up there. Hang on a minute. Do that there. And then end it in sweep, and then you can go for your grab from there. You have to let them sink quite substantially. I've not really found a way to get any other hits into sweep. You just go for the EX command grab mid combo and then sweep when you've let them sink a little bit. That's generally how you want to do it. They have to sink quite a lot. Just do it after, then do it slightly after you think you have to. Otherwise, it will just whiff. Other than that, the grab is really good for tick throws. I'll set him to block. Always block. When I say tick throw, I mean you put them in a situation where even though the string has been blocked, there's little hit stun that the grab will connect. You've seen people like Tom Brady have done it, showing Shazam's tick throws, etc., etc. Lobo has a few. His down one into grab is a tick throw. They block it and they don't jump, they'll get hit. His 2-1 is also a tick throw. That's a tick throw as well. His 1-2 is also a tick throw. And he has other strings that are tick throws as well. Basically meaning, when I say tick throw, I mean you do the string and you go for the grab on block and it will connect anyway. Meaning if the opponent has to know that you're going to go for that grab on block and then neutral jump on prediction. It will work, but he has so much other stuff that you can do from those strings anyway. It's a guessing game. It's a complete guessing game, and it's something that you want to put into your Lobo game. You're going to go for a block string, you can go for your grab on block, and that'll just condition them in an entirely new level. If they're going to wait for the grab, you can then go for a different string instead of the grab. So it's all about mind games and conditioning the opponent. The last string, special move I'm going to go for at the moment is his charge. Now, this is the regular version is unsafe on block. It's about minus. Sorry, let me just check the move list. I cannot remember off the top of my head. But his charge is unsafe on block. So let's have a look. It's yeah, on a block it's minus 25. So that is pretty damn punishable. So you don't want to just do it willy-nilly. You can end a combo in it, yes, because it gives a hard knockdown. But you don't want to just do it on its own. You can do it as a wake-up attack, but it's not a good wake-up attack at all. If the opponent mistimes the pressure, they'll get hit. Other than that, they'll stuff you completely. The EX version, however, is safe, and depending on when you hit them, can actually be advantageous going in. You can get something else from it. Not from that range, obviously, but the meter burn charge is what you want to do, because you can make the charge safe and then set up for something else on top of that. So the meter burn charge is a really nice way to close in space from like here. Think about the charges. He will only track to where the opponent is standing at the time, because if the second that chain hits the ground, that's when Lobo decides where he wants to go. So if you're full screen, it won't completely connect. You'll cover ground, but you have to recognize how far it will cover, and that is a really nice way of closing in space. The armor is inconsistent because the armor doesn't connect. The meter will be used before the armor is given. It gets 1 hit of armor, meaning that sometimes, in some cases, in a lot of cases against some keep away characters, you will go for the EX version of the charge, and the meter will be taken before the armor is given, meaning you'll get hit anyway, but the meter gets taken away. So you have to be very, very careful of when you use this move. It's not a bad thing up close, because you get put in a nice situation where, you know, it's a guessing game again. You're where Lobo wants to be, so don't throw out the regular charge on its own. You'll get punished. You may as well go for the meter burn version. The meter burn version of this, which I'm going to go into before this video is done, is you can I'll set him to not block. You go if you want to go for his back 1-2 string or his back 2 up 1. The meter burn version crosses up at the last minute, giving a really confusing setup, which my Lobo video covered the other day. You can get the same thing from his back 2 up 1. You can get the same deal. That puts him in a weird situation. So the meter burn grab, even right in their face, can sometimes do it. Not always. Against some characters it does. Against some characters you have to do the string to guarantee the cross up. Yeah. You can always watch my Lobo video if you want to see more examples of that. I just thought I'd cover his special moves, what they do, and when you want to do them. Yeah, so that's my general basic overview of his special moves, and I think I'll cover his trait in the 3rd video. So again, thank you very much for watching.